happy Wrestlmania weekend. We're back to talk some more pro wrestling. We are all over the United States tonight for tonight's two-night Wrestlmania recap. I'm Jay, of course. Welcome to the Wrestling Order. I'm here with my co-host, Nate, who is broadcasting from the beautiful island of Utah. And Pumps, of course, is in the deep, deep South, keeping it blue when it's all red around him. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Nate, from the island of Utah? What's going on?
Oh, we are good. We are up here in the Great Salt Lake, out here visiting my brother, and it was my nephew and godson's 5th birthday today.
Oh, yay!
It was
Yay!
fun. It was
That's
very,
cool.
very fun. It was an X-Men themed party. You know, my little brother got him up on the X-Men 90s animated series, and he is all in.
Well, I love that. I love it. He's a cutie pie.
Cool. It was pretty
Happy
cool.
birthday to that little sweetheart. What's going on with you, oh, mean Pumps? Because I know you don't have nothing good to say to this weekend.
I got my first COVID vaccine this week. Woo!
Oh, turn up, turn up.
Yeah, they were pumping that heavy on Mania, right?
Well, you can't blame them if they told you to get a vaccine.
See?
When you pack 50,000 people into a stadium and encourage them to scream and yell.
25.
Half and half.
I guess you're right. 25 and 25.
Who knows?
Exactly. But yes, so that's a good way to jump off the show. So Wrestlemania made its return. Pro Wrestling for WWE had its first live crowd in a year and a day, or I forgot exactly what the statistic is, and everybody looked like they were having a good time. We had some rain. Michael Cole with the cornball Wrestlmania joke. Cornball, but I kind of liked it. And so, yeah, we are into it, and we're going to talk about night one and highlights and lowlights and everything in between. So, since Pumps has such an attitude, let's start with the highlights of night one. Pumps, please tell us your favorite match of night one, and we will begin there.
Rollins and Cesaro, and it's not even close.
Okay.
Rollins and Cesaro was one of the only matches I did see. See, being out here, I didn't get to see all of the show both nights, so I only kind of got to dive in and dive out a little bit. But I did see most of Rollins and Cesaro. I thought it was good. You guys are gonna have to actually run down what matches happened on opening night, because I didn't even see almost any of them. So
that's okay. That's what we are here for. We're going to talk, but we'll start with Rollins and Cesaro since we all saw that match. And I don't disagree with you. That match was epic. I was happy to see Cesaro get his due. Seth is always going to win. So it was so nice to see somebody else get over his job working with Cesaro. You know, highlight moves of that match, Pumps. What was your favorite parts of it?
I mean, overall, they just told a really good story. It was a good back and forth. Clear, defined heels and baby faces. The only thing I didn't really like was that they played it up like Cesaro was this lovable loser that, like, he couldn't win the big one. Like, well, no, you've booked him wrong for the last 10 years. It's not his fault, but
I did like that spot where he was doing the airplane spin and then put his arms down and just had him up on his neck and he was going around.
Yeah, at the finish, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was cool.
I love that. People were all the way in. Cesaro just, you know, they were doing okay with him when he was in the tag team. So it's very cool to see him get a run. I really thought they were just going to hand it to Seth like they always do. A lot of the apple cart got shaken up this weekend, and we saw a lot of people win who I did not think was going to win at Wrestlemania. Folks having Wrestlemania moments, old school people having Wrestlemania moments who never had them before. So it was touching. It was warm. Cesaro started to cry, and I can't even lie. I had to drop a little one for the brother. That was cool.
Yeah, they trotted Vince out right at the beginning of the show and had the whole cast out on the stage, right?
Yeah, they wheeled Vince out like Weekend at Bernie's Wrestlemania.
They pulled the string on his back. He said the line, and then they put him back.
Yeah, you could tell though, like, because I just saw some of it in montages or whatever. It seemed like everybody was really super happy to have fans back. You know what I mean? Like, you could just kind of tell that, you know, they were excited, and it was just different to be outside of the fucking Thunderdome finally. You know what I mean?
Which they'll be back to tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we get this, like, all right, man, like it's back and shit, but no, like not really.
No.
We're
No.
It was good. I mean, overall, just that alone, just seeing everybody get trotted out, with the exception of he who shall not be named. It was good to see everybody come out on the stage. Folks looking real emo. Rhea Ripley had to shed a couple. Montez Ford was crying. Who I'm sure Big E and Woods was crying. Folks was just crying and happy, and I'm happy for them.
So, like I said, because I only saw a few matches from night one. So, I'm surprised that Lashley beat McIntyre with the full Nelson.
No, you mean the card that we booked last week?
Yeah, right. We called it opening match.
We called open and the main.
Yeah,
they really threw me a curveball with that, because I had been doing some press. Y'all follow me on Instagram, whatever. Yeah. Was doing a little cheese thing with Bianca and Drew. So when it was the two of them together, I'm like, oh, they taking the belt off of Big Lash and they putting it back on Drew McIntyre, which I wouldn't have been entirely mad at, because he didn't get to have his big WrestleMania moment because it was right at the beginning of COVID. So I didn't have a problem with that. But, I'm super hyped that maybe Bobby Lashley will get better on the mic, spend some time in promo class like you do in the gym. But yeah, shout out to him. He gets to keep the belt. He gets to be the big champ.
And it was with his finisher, clean, the whole deal.
Yep.
He got a clean win. They had a decent match.
I was surprised how big of a pop McIntyre got.
Yeah, I didn't see it. So he got a really huge. Did he do the whole sword bit?
Oh yeah. He got a really huge babyface pop. Now I don't know if that's because it was just the first match out of the gate,
right?
But he got a huge babyface pop, which I was not.
They also spared no expense on pyro.
Well, they haven't had to pay for it in how long?
I know. It seems like every other match had some fucking shit popping off.
You get a pyro, and you get a pyro.
A pyro. What? When Bayley came out, which we'll get to at the end of night 2 or tonight or whatever, and she was just like, I didn't get my pyro. And it's like, boom, 10 grand with a pyro. It's like, wow, all right.
See, that's what happened to that AEW match. They had bought up all the explosives, and there weren't any left. There was just none left over.
That's what hoarding all the explosives in Florida.
Mm-hmm. That would be funny if they was like, hey, we're going to buy 100 grand with a pyro from you, but you can't sell pyro to any other company.
You know what? That's not entirely unbelievable, though.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, right. If that leaks,
Sean Ross Sapp reporting.
Okay, the Miami Herald's going to be running a story tomorrow that WWE is under investigation for buying all the pyromaniacs in the state of Florida before their event, preventing all other wrestling factions from having pyro at their events. Back to you, Jim.
That's funny. So what were the other matches on night 1?
The first match we just talked about. Next was, let's just get it out of the way, was the women's tag team Turmoil match.
And I didn't see it. So who was in that?
Everybody.
Nia and Shayna watched it.
Yeah, they watched it.
No, they watched it. Tamina and Natalia were in it.
Mm-hmm. They were the last two
Riot
out.
Squad was in it.
Second to last two out. Carmella and Billie Kay.
And Billie Kay and Carmella. You took Billie Kay out of a tag team to put her back in a tag team with a person who's not good at being in a tag team. Okay. But whatever.
They started, and then Lana and Naomi came in.
Oh yeah, and them two. Lana. Salute to Naomi. Naomi was looking good. Naomi went and got the good beauty supply hair for the night. She had the nice ass length Italian Remy hair. Salute to her. Only for her to get jobbed. She got pinned. And get this, she got pinned by Billie Kay.
Right.
Clean. I'm like, Naomi did not spend this money on this hair to be getting pinned clean by Billie Kay. But so they continue on, and then next out was Riot Squad.
Well, you forgot Lana totally missing a spin kick. Didn't even come close.
Go ahead. You come on. Lana still got me blocked on Twitter. You go.
I mean, to quote the late great Dusty Rhodes, do not do shit you do not know how to do, baby. And Lana doesn't know how to wrestle, so I don't know what we're gonna do.
I feel like my girl is trapped. Naomi, if you're watching this, blink twice.
Yes,
if
we will help you.
Held hostage.
We support
My
good
God,
women's wrestling.
Yes.
I just feel like she just refuses to turn heel. They probably have given her some options of something to do with her character, and she doesn't want to do them. She doesn't want to be a heel. I've read that about her a bunch of times, that she's been approached about, and she doesn't want to go heel, which is so ridiculous to me. I'm as sweet as you could
like
be, but if you told me I could be a bitch day in, day out and get paid for it, oh my God, you wouldn't be able to stand me. Do you know how much enjoyment I would get out of that?
I just understand what the other option is. All right, you can either like turn heel, or we're just not going to use you.
Yeah, or creative has nothing for you, pal.
Right. Yeah.
The only creative she's got is she's going back to the whole funk is on a roll type of costumes. That's all the change she's getting.
So who won it? Who won the match?
Natalya and Tamina.
Okay. So what does that mean?
It means they got a match tonight against Botchapotamus and Baszler.
Tonight?
They had a match tonight. So night 2.
And you know what's crazy? Since they've been in their tag match, I feel like Shayna's been botching more than Nia for the last few months. Ironically, maybe it's like a curse or a cloud.
Yeah, the stench of Nia Jax is hard to wash off.
Shayna is just, Shayna's kicking teeth in. Nia only broke a nose. She only broke one nose and hurt a couple backs. She broke one nose and hurt a couple backs.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think she's done more than break one nose.
She broke one nose, ruined the main event and on a pay-per-view. She hurt Alexa Bliss, and she hurt our girl who got kicked out, Thea Trinidad.
She's also the reason Kairi Sane fucked off back to Japan.
Kairi Sane, too. Yeah, jacked her up, too. But she hasn't hurt nobody in the last 2 or 3 months.
Oh, man. Props for mediocrity.
All right, what was after that one?
I don't know. That's where I stopped taking notes.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
So after that, we had the Bad Bunny, Damian Priest versus The Miz and Morrison. So let me start with this. I'm going to start by giving a shout out to The Miz. The Miz can make anybody look good. The Miz is so good at putting people over and playing that chicken shit heel thing. He's so good at it. So nobody else gives you props this WrestleMania season. Miz, I will give you your props because you have folks looking like world-class wrestlers in that match, particularly Bad Bunny. Even Morrison, he did a good job too. But that match was fun as hell. Nate, I say go watch it just because I'm going to anoint Bad Bunny as the best celebrity wrestler guest that I've seen in recent years because he was doing actual moves.
Yeah,
because Pat McAfee never happened.
How long ago was that, though?
6 months. Who'd he ever beat? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that is one that I'm gonna actually go back and check out. I saw that he did a Canadian Destroyer on the outside.
He sure did.
Right? Bad
Bunny was killing it.
Would you rather watch Adam Cole or The Miz, Nate?
I want to watch Adam Cole.
But my expectations were so low for Bad Bunny. They were super low. Like, look at Prince Mysterio. And he's supposed to be an actual wrestler. So I got to stop calling him Prince Mysterio. That's what homeboy calls him. But anyway, look at what he was doing when he came in. He's supposed to be an actual wrestler. Right. And Bad Bunny, I had no expectations for, and he was low key killing.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, I'll have to check that one out.
Pumps ain't gonna like it. He could have been out there doing fucking meteoras off of the top of the cage, and Pumps would have been like, there was a New Japan match where where Mr. T came out in 1964. He was only 12 years old, and he did a German suplex off of a semi-truck that was moving.
Speaking of New Japan, since you brought that up, here's my Jay White jacket. The King Switch. Since you brought up New Japan.
Jacket.
That's saucy.
Just gonna put that on. Good wrestling. Good wrestling.
Attaboy.
Okay.
There you go. Keep you warm and snuggly. It keeps
Mhm.
so it can keep warm that ice box in your heart that you have
Right.
for WWE.
Right.
You've got
Exactly.
an ice box where his heart used to be. But yeah, so then we had Bad Bunny and we had that matchup. And then after that was the ladies match. No.
No. There.
We had no. There was Shane and Braun. I
Oh,
watched
Shane and
that
Braun.
one.
Yeah.
I caught that one while it happened, which was a thing. I mean, I like. Shane's impressive when he falls on his back.
Shane jumped off some big shit. The end.
Yeah, it's just another one. I just don't understand. I don't know. I'll tell you right now, though, Braun looks jacked.
He really
Braun-
does.
Braun looked really, really good when he came to the round. I was like, whoa, that old boy is. He is
All
putting
that bison.
the
He's
gym.
out there eating bison and getting
Yeah.
out of these hands, and he trimmed down quite a bit.
For sure.
Bison and Winstrol. What?
Yeah. We know. I'm sorry. I know Shay wishes he could chime in because he loves every Shane McMahon match that ever happens.
Shane has some fly ass shoes. That's all. I just watch Shane for the shoes, for the shoe.
Yeah, just the buckets with the weapons at the top of the cage were stupid. I don't like.
Right.
Yeah.
I leave
He
my
threw a
toolbox on the
toolbox.
roof too
He
at
threw
night.
a fucking toolbox in the ring and then never used it.
It was so dumb. I liked Braun snatching the cage off. That made sense because he's Mr. Get These Hands. So that made sense. But then, why the hell was the tool? What was the tool? And then there was one like on each side.
Right.
There was like 4. There were 4 toolboxes up there. That'll work. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't my favorite thing to watch because like I said, I can only pop in and out. So like that match happened to be on. I was like, all right,
You ain't missed nothing.
I'll suffer through this.
It was remedial.
watch this.
Seen a Shane McMahon WrestleMania match, you've seen all of them.
Pretty
That's
much.
The other one that I saw, which I think might have been after this one, was AJ and almost, which I just almost came in and did like 3 things. Like if that's all that he can do, you're just gonna have AJ jump off of his shoulders. Like
It looked like when Bliss was doing the mixed match challenge with Braun, and everything was her doing a twisted Bliss off his shoulder. So be prepared for lots of phenomenal forearms off of almost shoulders, because for one, even if he was agile, almost is too damn big. He ain't standing on the ropes. He ain't standing on the corner. He ain't drop kicking shit. He might break the damn ring.
Do you think?
And that's it.
Do you think that? How long? Because you've known him. How long has he been in the NXT system?
He didn't go through the NXT system. When I went to the Performance Center, he was strictly PC. He never wrestled in the Performance Center, and he debuted right to the main roster.
Just because he's huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we went to the Performance Center, we weren't even allowed to take we couldn't even take pictures with him. Like, you know how I have all the other pictures with Bianca and all them other ones. He was like, I can't take any pictures because they're trying to figure out what they want to do with my character. He's like, we can follow each other and be cool, but I can't take pictures with you. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was like
right. Because anyway, you're just doing the guy a disservice. He needs to know how to do something. I mean, do you think? I mean, listen, he's tagging with one of the best of all time, so I guess AJ's gonna be able to give him some pointers and whatnot. But
former IWGP Heavyweight Champion AJ.
Yeah, we know he came from New Japan, Pump. We know.
Well, technically, it came from TNA.
Period, Shay. Exactly.
But I just feel like I just hope that they don't have this run its course and then just throw him away. You know what I mean?
He needs a finisher. We need to see him wrestle and let AJ be the valet. He needs a finisher. Just, troll out all the guys who are not doing anything right now. The Retribution people, the Fight Club people, everybody who hasn't had a match on TV. Feed all of those to him. He needs some kind of finisher, like on some Mortal Kombat type of shit where he's just like, oh, and he like squeezes and shakes you to death like a rag doll or something like that, because he's not acrobatic or nimble enough to do anything more sophisticated than that. So he just need to be, and he can't choke people out because all the other big guys are doing Nelsons or choke outs or something like that. So he just needs to just and that's the winner. Just
for me, the only issue I had with this match is I think they reversed the roles in the wrong way. I think AJ should have been the one keeping the New Day away from tagging, not the other way around, just because it painted the New Day as baby faces. But that's just me being nitpicky. I understand why you kept Omos out of the match for the entire thing. That's fine. I think that's what you need to do with him. Other than that, it served its purpose.
So good question. Good question that you guys were. What do you do with it now? You put the belts on them. That shit looked like a kitty belt. Like it came like that belt looked so small and almost had it looked like he put a quarter in something and turned the knob and the belt came out. That's how little that belt looked next to him.
I did like
the image. What do you do with him?
I did like the image at the end of the match with AJ on his shoulders holding both belts. I thought that was a cool picture. Didn't Bad Luck Fale used to walk Prince Devitt on his shoulders? I do like. No,
you got a New Japan reference. My heart. Oh, oh
god. I think that's a cool image. But I like when it's like when Jungle Boy and the dinosaur guy do it. It seems silly to me because Jungle Boy's so small. But when it's like a dude AJ Styles size, who's he's 5'10", 6 foot, whatever, you know what I mean? That just makes the guy whose shoulders he's on seem massive. You know what I mean? Like, if you're able to do, so I thought that was cool. I don't know what they do moving forward. I don't even know who the next. I mean, obviously New Day is gonna, do some rematch clause. I'm sure they'll feud with them for a hot second, but moving forward, I don't know where that.
I mean, they have the blueprint because they already did it with Braun Strowman when he was with the Wyatt family.
Right.
Re-rack it, run it again. As I stated last week, they know how to retell the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're too scared to do anything new. But
it's the best thing for him, though.
I hope he shows out because that's a big, giant ass man. So do something with him. Utilize him. If you're gonna put him in a mix, don't have him just standing there looking dumb.
Yeah, it's going to run the risk of getting into El Gigante territory very quickly.
I agree. That's the first thing I think about when I see him.
And that's not the good first impression you want.
No, it's not. Yeah. It's not. That's what I mean. I just hope that he doesn't end up El Gigante. I mean, fuck. I hope he didn't end up Great Khali. And look, Great Khali's in the goddamn Hall of Fame now.
Yeah. Salute to them. Salute to the Hall of Fame class. So that was that match. And then after that was the women. No, not the women's
If I had my computer in front of me, I would have the matches, but I'm literally on my phone.
That's okay, because we can't even see you.
But you're on YouTube, Nate, so don't worry.
Let me see. Then after that, and salute to Bad Bunny again. I don't care if folks didn't like Bad Bunny. I liked it. Okay, so that's everything. We did Braun, AJ, Cesaro, Natalia and Tamina, Bad Bunny, Damian Priest, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. And finally, I don't give a damn.
Get your moment in the sun, Jay.
Shout out to Black women across the world. Yes. Come on, Black women. My girls was in there. They was hyped. Out, down pumps, mute his camera, Shay. They were lit. They were hyped. They looked bomb. Sasha looked amazing. Hair tight.
I did see
body
Sasha. She
tight.
looked incredible.
Costume on point. Yeah. Looking fire. Bianca in full baby face regalia. Full baby face regalia with tears in the ring to start the match. But
I love it.
At the end of the day, we knew they was taking the belt off of Sasha because Sasha can never get her things at Wrestlemania. But I'm happy that Bianca won.
main eventing is kind of getting your thing at WrestleMania.
Man, no.
I mean,
no. I want Sasha to have all her things. But they did this with Bianca, so they have to let Bianca do the baby. It's probably time for Sasha to go film The Mandalorian again. And so this gives her a way to, get out and about. But of all the things of that match, she whipped Satan out of Sasha with her braid. My God, I have never cringed during a wrestling match more. And we've seen a lot of crazy stuff, ladder matches, people falling off stuff, people's eyeballs getting jacked up, teeth kicked in. But when that braid hit Sasha's little teeny tiny little body and put that big ass mark on her, I was like, oh, no, that hurts. But yes, salute to Bianca. We knew she was going to win. And salute to the queen. Put some respect on her name, Sasha Banks. Black women, won't we do it? Yes. And salute to Michael Cole for saying, we've got 2 black women in the main event. That's all I want. Say it plain. Don't give us all the stupid double speak PC correct terms. Say it plain. 2 black women in the main event. Never happened before. Probably is not going to happen again for a long time because there's nobody else in the company who can do it. And yeah, so there. I'm off my high horse. Thank you. Punks, go ahead and pee in my Cheerios. Go for it.
I'm not going to do it. I understand the significance of the moment. The only thing that I'm going to say about this match was Bianca did not look like she was ready for it. Sasha carried her 100% through the match. Other than that, I have nothing. Sasha was the MVP. That's all I have to say.
You know what? You could talk that because I agree with you 300% because it was too much. It was overwhelming. And she couldn't even start the match. It was like she froze. And Sasha looked at her, gave her the I never freeze. And she got it. And she got it cracking. It was like, come on, girl.
I never freeze.
I never freeze. And they locked up and the match was on and cracking. So salute to the queen.
How long did they go?
20 minutes, maybe?
20-ish, yeah.
25 minutes. I mean, they did well. But yeah, Sasha was absolutely, I agree with Pumps all the way completely. That wasn't even the best match of the night. I agree with Pumps saying that in the chat. Not by any means the best match of the night, but significant
the most
history.
Significant.
I completely understand that, and that's why I laid out. I understand why this was important, and I don't take anything away from that.
My girls was looking good, but that match wouldn't have been what it was without Sasha. So Sasha, I love you, girl. Sure. I love you, girl. You do your thing. You do your thing every time you show up. You are Miss Pay-Per-View. Ain't nobody gonna dethrone you. Put her in a cage match, no problem. WrestleMania for show. Anything. Sasha is that girl. Sasha is that girl. So, okay, I guess you could say you're right. She is getting her things, but she main event. So, yes, I'll concede it a little bit. I'll concede to that. So, but yeah. Bianca, you can't freeze, baby. I love you, but you can't be freezing, can't be getting emo like that. We've taken the Band-Aid off. You got to represent like a real G now. You know, you can't be that baby face with it anymore from here on out. So
yeah, she's in deep water now. She has to swim.
That's a lot on her shoulders. I think she's just good. You know, and part of it too is they haven't wrestled in front of a crowd in a long time.
No.
And since they've had Bianca on her run, there's been no crowd. So it's been dress rehearsal the whole time for the last year. So, they did cool. If they drag out the feud, whatever her next feud is, if the belt is still on her when Becky comes back, because I'm sure that'll be the next thing. I'm sure Becky, they'll switch her over to SmackDown. I doubt they send her back to Raw. I don't know. Do you think Becky Lynch goes back to Raw or do they send her to SmackDown? Because Bianca's going to need a spoil because Sasha about to be up out. It's time for her to start filming again.
I think the Rhea push is
little
very
Irish
tough.
potato yet?
Huh?
I said, did Becky drop her little Irish potato yet?
Taters! Oh, Jesus Christ! We just had a tater, lads.
Alas.
Yeah, that was like 5 months ago.
Okay, well, hey, yo, there's something new every day.
Yeah, Becky out here doing whole pull-ups, and Becky been working out and been teasing on her social media that she was teasing so good and working so good on her social. I really thought she was going to run out there and interfere in the match in some kind of way, but they're saving her. So when the next cycle starts, it'll be time for her to make her appearance, and I'm just very curious to how they're going to do it, because we'll save that for night 2, because Becky is on Raw, so we'll wait till we talk about Rhea and Asuka, and then we'll talk about Becky then. So with that concluded night 1. Again, salute to the ladies, but big salute to Cesaro. Match of the night. Give him his things too. He was flipping Seth around, and it was great.
Yeah, I think we called a lot of night 1 actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they watch our show.
Yeah, 100%.
They watch our show. They know what it is. It's the best wrestling show on the internet.
So that's right. You tell them with the 18th best producer, but the talent on the show is great.
The talent is phenomenal. The
Best
producers
dressed.
get in where they fit in, but the talent,
best mustache, best hair for Jay.
We got hot bars. We got power to the people. It's all good.
I don't think the Power Rangers have a WrestleMania.
No. Do they have a recap show? Do they have pay-per-view events?
Nope.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
All right. What did so tonight? What was the opening match tonight?
Oh, the Shea Bonanza.
The who?
The Shea Bonanza. It was Lexa Bliss and Randy Orton.
Oh, I did watch that.
That was horrible.
Yeah, so the Fiend was he trying to listen? I'm trying to get into the writer's fucking idea of what was Bray Wyatt or the Fiend playing mind games with him, and that's why he pretended to be burned but wasn't. Why come out completely unburned?
Because anybody that comes out of a box is over. James E. Cornette.
Yeah, true. Yes.
That was so goddamn dumb.
I love how he just walked out and was like, "I'm good. Deal with it."
Yeah.
Hey, I put a little Neosporin on before I came out.
Good.
I'm straight. I got burnt to a crisp. But
little
I'm
ointment.
good.
Yep. Little cocoa butter. Done.
Okay, so what do you think? Did somebody piss Vince off before they walked out? You've got Randy Orton in white. First of all, I've never even seen Randy Orton in a white t-shirt. They got Randy Orton in white.
Oh, the last time he was in any color other than black was
green. He used to rock green every now and then, right?
Yeah, but I was gonna say that was the Legacy days when it was him, Teddy Jr. and Cody.
So they've got him in white. So I'm like, oh, Randy Orton is about to shit on everybody. They got him in a whole nother color. Oh yeah, this is about to go down. So, and then they bring out the Fiend. I would have liked him creepy and moldy and smoldering. They should have put some dry ice under his costume or something. No. He just popped up like,
he's fine.
Yowie wowie, I'm back.
All good.
And then they've got, after she took off her pedo chic outfit, they've got her sitting on top of the damn thing with black shit coming out of her mouth for no reason. She didn't even do nothing. She didn't interfere. She distracted the Fiend so Randy could pin him in his white while she's spitting out black tar and stuff and looking like this sitting on top of the box. So I'm like, did she tell Vince that she was pregnant at some point in the match and she couldn't take no bumps? All she could just do is sit here or something? But I don't understand why the tar. I feel like Bliss, I'm going to call it. I feel like they're going to tell us Bliss going to have a baby, and that's why she couldn't participate in the match. She can only just sit there with stuff like this on her face.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they have her helping fucking. I like you help the Fiend get this match and then distracts him so he loses. I don't understand.
It went off the rails. They had a fantastic, viable character that was over like nothing else. Like nothing else in the company. So what do? Fuck it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take the concept, give it to a whole nother person, fuck it up, and then bring the OG back and have him looking dumb.
Yep.
Oh, if I was Bray, I'd be putting in my papers because that was just ridiculous. That was just so stupid and just Bray can't be happy. He cannot be happy. I remember, I feel like I saw an interview or something with him when he was talking about how he came up with the whole Fiend character, how he was happy that he had a whole nother direction and a whole new creative concept to explore. Nope.
Yep.
They can't let him cook. They cannot let him cook.
It's not good. It's every time they get to a part that's okay, they throw another monkey wrench in and something else goes right. It's doomed. It's snake bit. Pardon the pun.
Here, they've wrestled 100 times, and they've wrestled like fucking 3 fucking Wrestlemanias now, or 2 Wrestlemanias, and a SummerSlam or some shit. It just, I don't. And the fucking red ring is stupid. The red ring is dumb. The red lights, dumb, dumb.
Yep.
And at the root of it, at the root, their feud never made any sense. It still never made any sense.
No,
it's not
it
like
made sense. I'll tell you when it made sense. When Randy Orton was almost going to be part of the Wyatt family and shit.
Yeah, when they did the Chamber of Horrors match and they did the holograms into the ring.
Yeah,
or whatever. 3 years ago.
Right. That's when it made sense for me. I was like, all right, cool. Weren't they like tag team champions and shit together?
Probably.
Yeah, I want to say Bray and Randy were tag champs together at one point.
Probably.
And so that feud, like that made sense. But now it's just like, I don't, like, do you really have nothing else for either of them to do? I don't.
I would have even appreciated if they had somebody else in the company who was doing a cinematic type of character and then made it a kind of, a whole nother thing, a mythical type of whatever. But
yeah, I guess they couldn't do a Jesus Christ,
cinematic
match because they finally have fans and you don't want to gyp them of a match.
But they could have done it with just him, just because of the kind of character he is. If you were going to bring him back and he wasn't burnt to a crisp, at least finish it off by like throwing Randy Orton. Why wasn't it like a snake pit match?
Right.
And he throw the Viper in there, or the Viper throw him. Like it never made sense. Like even the possession of Alexa Bliss, even if they said we're going to do a Haunted Mansion cinematic, whatever, where there's ghosts and goblins and creepy people in a swamp or whatever. But no, that whole character was mishandled. When they tried to put him in the whole title picture, that ruined the whole thing anyway, because it just made no sense. Why would a Fiend want a title belt?
Right.
It's stupid.
So you can buy one for $6,000. And people did.
I know. All right, what do we got next?
Night 2.
Night 2's second best match.
Which was?
Riddle and Sheamus.
It wasn't bad. I watched that too.
Listen, I hate Riddle, but I cannot deny that this was one of the best matches of the night.
For sure.
It wasn't bad. Oh, no, I mean, and they, and it's, I just wish I liked them both a little bit more because I don't really care for either of them.
Yeah, there's zero in any of these people.
Sure.
But they had a banger, and I can't take that away from them as much as I'd like to. Because Riddle's a scumbag.
The whole time I was watching them, I just kept thinking, do I hate Matt Riddle more than I like Sheamus?
Yes.
And I just kind of went back and forth, and I was like, I'm glad Sheamus won, but I don't like you more than I hate him. So it was more about him losing than Sheamus winning. I'm just glad. I wish he would have kicked his teeth out for real. So Good job, Sheamus. If nothing else, I'm glad you won just on that alone, because I don't do the Matt Riddle at all. I wish somebody would hit him with a little stupid ass scooter.
You never know. There could be a scooter on a pole coming up.
No, okay. A scooter match. A scooter brawl. Everyone, what do you call it when all the guys are around the ring? Lumberjack. A lumberjack match where instead of weapons, everyone will have scooters. And if you come out the ring,
they ride them around the ring.
Yeah, you know what? They're probably gonna put the scooters with the 20. Put him in the thing with the 24/7 belt. That's good enough for him.
There you go.
Yeah, that's more attention than he deserves. So
Way more. Why did they even call him up?
I don't know, because he'd been on NXT for